I'm going to be doing is teaching puppeteers, ventriloquists, and just anyone who is an actor that wants to, hey Kim, how you doing? And who wants to learn how to do voices, not necessarily impersonations of people, and I have been working on those, but not proficient enough to do that. But I might try to do Morgan Freeman. It was the first time that I was at Shawshank, and I saw Andy Dufresne. Anyway, that's a little bit of Morgan. But what I want to teach you is characterization. And characterization is not necessarily a voice that you know, but a character that is different from your own voice. It could be a cartoon character, it could be a thug, a mafia. So here's how I do my mafia. Hey Tony, hey, you didn't do the job, and I'm gonna have to kill you. Hey, what are you worried about? I'm gonna kill you. Now, to get into that voice, you you got to kind of tighten your throat, and then you make the points of the voice. It's like staccato. You stress each syllable just like that. And you look mean out of your eyes. You squint your eyes. And then you say, I'm gonna hang you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna put some cement shoes on you. So like that would be that. So when you're doing these voices, you want to make sure you have plenty of water. Keep yourself hydrated. And if you're going to be doing voiceover work, make sure when you do your voiceover sessions that you have hydration, that you drink plenty of water. Now, because you're going to be doing those harsh tones with your voice, and you're going to be tightening your vocal cords, and you're going to be talking gruff on some things like that. So you want to be careful and not, you want to work up to it and just be careful. Now, to practice getting into different voices, you can also shape your face different. What I mean is, you can shape your mouth, your tongue. Like, if you put the tongue down here, and then you try to articulate, then you get a different voice. And if you talk really high, you can sound squeaky, like that. You see? So when I do that, I can do the Wicked Witch of the West. But it's not as pronounced with the tongue here. It's more or less, just a little bit. Not like that, but like this. I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too. I'll bide my time. These things must be done delicately. Like that. So she has kind of a high-pitched voice. And it's from here. And you're talking like this. Like that. Like the Wicked Witch of the West. And then another character from the Wizard of Oz you can do is the Wizard's Guard. And it's almost like the Wicked Witch's voice. Like, she'll say, I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too. Like that. But when you do the Wizard's Guard, it's a little more pronounced. Well, bust my buttons. Who rang that bell? Was it you? It was Dorothy. Dorothy? Well, that's a horse of a different color. Like that. So you want to practice doing your tongue in different parts of your mouth. You know, you can put it up here and then try to talk English. And then you can suck your lips apart and do that. You'll see. You could put close your lips closer together, and then you could do a Chinese. And then cut off the words and the syllables like that. I work at Chinese laundry. Yes. Okay, that's a little bit of Chinese. And just try different ways of placing your tongue in your. You talk a little deeper, and looks like it's like you're from the South. You're an old man, and you've got a piece of tall tobacco in your mouth, and you're talking, and you're spitting, just like that. You're talking like that, and you just got that tongue over it, and you're talking outside your mouth. And I've known people to speak like that when I was growing up in Oklahoma, and that's how they talk, like that. And so that's a fun voice to do. And then you can do a New York accent, like Brooklyn. And how I do that is you want to think of words of how they talk. Because they'll say, keep your short on. Yeah, I'm over there on 42nd Street, and I'll show you. You go down there to the end of the street, and they always say, and they talk real fast, and kind of staccato, and keep your short on and go to work. So you work, and going to work, and I'm keeping this short on. So you're gonna say short on, and then just stretch it a short, on. Yeah, I'm over there in Brooklyn, and I worked out there on the ship, there on the docks, and yeah, come on over and see me sometime. Yeah, well, come over there and see me. I'll make a good deal with you, okay? So like that. And you can do British. And mainly you can do the High British and you can do Cockney. Now, doing Cockney is you want to think of the long A, like A. Anytime they say the long A, it sounds like the long I in words. Like, I don't know if we have daylight savings time here in England, but I have no idea, because they on the H's they don't say the H, they say the word after the H, like have for have. I haven't the foggiest idea what you just said. And so when you want to say daylight savings time, you're actually going to be saying die, light, savings time. Daylight savings time here over here in England, you know? And that's the basic Cockney accent that I can give you. Like that. And then you have the High British, you know, and they talk kind of fast, and they're royalty. You see, they are royalty. They are so rich that, oh, you're a peasant. Get away from me, peasant. Now, please, go. Get away. Like that. So, and then, you can do like goofy voices, you know, to develop a character for your ventriloquism, and then try getting into that ventriloquism voice. And the basic ventriloquism voice is the drone, and the drone sounds to develop the drone, and the reason it's called drone is because it sounds like bees, the helper bees, which are drones. So you go bzzz. It's in the nasal part of your head, nasal cavity. So what you want to do is and once you get used to doing that make sure you get some good breath, and then you just start talking over that tone. How are you doing? How are you doing? And then you can get the drone voice, and then you don't lose your lips. Then you can do that voice. And then you can do a funny character. You see? Now, this is a country Duncan, and he talks like this, that he's got that drone voice up in there. And, sounds like a bee. How are you doing? Oh, I don't know. How are you doing? So you want to be careful doing the drone, because it can make you, it can be an overtaxing of your vocal cords. So just practice the drone that way. And then when I do an old man, I have an old man voice that I do called Wilson. And he talks like this. And he's been around the block. And he's gruff, but he's nice. He ain't mean at all. So he gets a little bit of the drone, and then he gets down low, and then sometimes he sings. There he had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. There he had a little lamb, His fleece was white as snow. And there he went, and there he went, and there he went, and there he went. Here we were, that there he went. The land was sure to go. So that's the deep voice. And I have another character that I do, and he's a little bitty banana puppet. You know, I haven't brought all my puppets out tonight, but he's a little bitty banana puppet that I made, and his name is A.N. Peelan, and he's a DJ at the Copa Banana. It's a nightclub in near Cocoa Beach, Florida. So I gave him a slight distant voice. So when I go into a distant voice, I'm not going quite into the distant voice, but at medium range. And the way to get into a distant voice is you want to pretend that you're lifting something very, very heavy. You think in your mind so you can physically pick up that heavy object. So you're going to pick up a big, heavy weight. Say it's 200 pounds. And what are you going to do? You're going to strain. So you put a little strain into your voice, like, and you're tightening the vocal cords, and you're making that little area for the air to come through, but you want to make it very small to make it come through. So you're in the box. What? Then you go into your normal voice where you're speaking to the distant person. That person's inside a box. Like, who said that? I did. What? I said it. Who said it? Me. Me who? Me in the box. What? I'm in the box. And it's kind of muffled because he is covered with the lid, so you have a slight muffled sound coming through. But just enough to where it's audible. And what you want to do to create the illusion that that voice is coming from the box is you want to look at the box every time he says something. Like, who said that? Who? Me. Me who? I'm in the box. What? I'm in the box. You're in the box? Yeah, I'm in the box. Open the lid. What'd you say? Open the lid. What? Open the lid. Open the lid. Then when you open it, you can start by, before you open the lid, he's going to be saying, open the lid, open, and on the lid, then it sounds more, all right, here's the lid. Open the lid. Open the lid. Just like that. Help me. Help me. Help you? What? Open the box. I need help. You need out? Yes, I need out of the box. So you open the box. He says, open the lid. Open the lid. Open the lid. So you want to practice your action of opening the lid and timing it to where the loudness of the voice comes through at the appropriate moment the lid pops as you open the lid. So, open the lid. Open the lid. Don't close. And you can go in reverse because he's up talking with the lid open, and he says, "Don't close it." No, don't close it. Don't close it. So you go from audible, don't close it. Don't close it. So don't close it like that. Don't close it. Don't close it. No, no. So that's the distant voice. So I took that and then I do A and peeling with the slight distant voice. I go, "Hello, I'm Ian Taylor." So it's more clear that it sounds like a distant voice, that it's not quite. And hello, I don't know. And then I do a frog who's a cool cat, so you want to think you're cool. So Robert D. Hopper thinks he's really cool. So he talks like this. Kind of like Snagglepuss. You know Snagglepuss? Like, exit stage right. Even. Snagglepuss was a character back in the 60s. And he go, exit stage right, even. I know. So I took that voice, that character, and I developed my frog puppet, Robert D. Hopper, the cool cat, even though he's a frog. He goes, "Hey," I go, "Hey, Robert, what do you think about life in general?" "Well, Darian, when you're cool, you're not too hot." "Yeah, when you're cool, you're not too hot." "Now when you're hot, you're not too cool." "Yeah." "Oh, really?" "Yeah. I'm the cool kid, man." He's always saying man, like, man. Like, let me tell you. See? So like that. So he's that type of character. And then you put your tongue against your teeth, and then you can do it's just another voice altogether. Do another voice altogether. And then there's kind of a preacher tone. You've heard preachers before, like they get up there and they get to going, you know, and they, "Let me tell you what the Bible says." So what they do, they stress their words. "Let me tell you." They give that wave. See, not only do you have to develop the voice, you have to develop the mannerisms in the face, in the eyes, whatever character you want to develop. If you want to get serious about it, you're almost like Clint Eastwood, and you squint those eyes, and then you American 44 is the most powerful gun in all the world. He whispers, but Clint Eastwood kind of whispers, but he stresses his point. Listen to me, kind of like that. But So you can take that type of character and develop a voice. So you can get little snippets of different characters or movie actors that you know of. And like Christopher Walken here, you know, he's got that New York accent. And then he gets high, and then he gets low. I don't know, you know, kind of like that. So you can do a Texas accent, you can do an Okie, you British, and then you can do Mexico, because they always, sometimes they think they're asking a question, and then when they do, then they talk. Hey, ese. Hey. So if you need to do like a character, not making fun of any race or anything, but if you're trying to do a character in a serious type of role in a movie, and you happen to be, you know, Caucasian, and your part is to do a Mexican, then you need to listen how they sound so you can pull off a good Mexican accent in a good way. You know, not making fun of any race. You know, we shouldn't do that. But you listen to the way they're colloquial. You listen to how they sound. You know, you listen to how maybe a cholo would sound. And you say, hey, ese. You know, like like that. You do Middle Eastern the same way, like India, Pakistan. Oh, you see, Pakistan. Hello. I am Indian doctor from Pakistan. I went to Cambridge University in New York. Yes, and I'm from Middle East. You know, like that. Again, not in a derogatory way, but if it's a character you're developing, you know, it's like when Jeff Dunham did Ahmed the Dead Terrorist. He had to say, "I kill you," like that. You know, I kill you, like that. So. Just play around with different sounds that come out of your mouth, and you do them high, do them low, do them medium range, because you can talk like this, you can talk like this, or you can talk like this, or talk like this. You see. Talk with a little bit of lisp, and then you can talk a different voice. You can do like that. Stress some words as you go. You can pull in or blurt it out. Pull in or blurt it out. Like so. So I'm getting back to my kind of like an Afro-American, because I do Red Fox, and then I do his friend Bubba in the Blind Mill Jelly Records episode, because he goes, "Hey Bubba." "Yeah, Fred, that's Bubba. And Bubba sounds like that. See? What do you want, Fred?" Don't you break my last blind melon jelly record. Because if you do, your name is Mud. And then apparently Fred sits on the last blind melon jelly record. He goes, I'm coming to join you, Edith. I'm coming to join you. Oh, my name's Mud. Lamont, he's gonna call me Mud. Like that. So, I hope you can take what I've showed you and just play around with your voice. You know, have fun with it, and good luck in your voiceovers. And or if you're doing a play and you got to do a British accent, remember how I told you to do the British or Cockney. And have fun, and I'll be back soon with some more tips. So good night.